For the last several weeks, I've been rewatching Cars 3. That sounds really weird, right? Just saying it out loud. What do you mean you've been watching a movie for several weeks? What's going on here? Ty, have your latent time travel abilities finally manifested themselves? Are you in like a Groundhog Day loop of watching Cars 3 again and again and again? No. No, the answer is a lot more simple. I've been working on every Cars diecast that should be made from Cars 3, and it's an absolutely massive project that I've been working on a little bit each day, and as we speak, the video is over 2 hours long, and I'm in the final moments of the Florida 500 in my rewatch. I've been going through, finding all the cars that I think should be diecasts, and it's really given me a new perspective on Cars 3 diecasts. It really is amazing how much is still out there. And as you'd probably expect, one of the main categories I focus on in this video are Cars 3 pit crews, since it's a section of the diecast line that is shockingly lacking, with Ray Reverham and Laura Spinwell, Jackson Storm's crew chief and Pitty respectively, being the only two Cars 3 pit crew members released other than haulers. Which, like, do you count those as pit crew? Kinda, sorta, sometimes not. But, you know, we're very lucky to have Ray and Laura first released together in a 2-pack back in 2020. The two of them have been released a few different times over the past few years, with Ray finally returning as a single in 2026. This, as you can tell, is not an unboxing of his single. I got Ray back in 2020, but I did get him as a birthday request. So that's who we're taking a look at today. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another review and to another birthday request here on the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Ray Reverham, a birthday request from Eduardo Aguero. Thank you so much for the request, and I hope you had a fantastic birthday. His birthday was actually 2 days ago on July 2nd, but I've been on vacation all week, so you see, we ended up staying a few days longer. I was at my grandparents' beach house, as you probably saw if you watched my last two reviews. And we ended up staying longer than initially planned, like a day and a half longer. And I didn't bring Ray. I didn't bring Ray Reverham because I didn't expect to stay as long. So my apologies for not making it on time. But yeah, we've got Ray here. So let's get started taking a look at him. This, of course, is a unique mold for a pickup truck, made to look kind of more sleek and modern and match the next-gen aesthetic of Jackson Storm and the rest of his pit crew. It's much more industrial looking and squared off than the Cars 1 pit crew mold, though they are pretty much the same size. And that classic pickup truck model that we've seen on many characters, that you could see a lot more sort of modern elements, sleeker, sharp lines, raised parts. Yeah, it all comes together to make Ray a pretty striking character design, which I really do like. I just think it's a really cool pickup truck model, and it fits Jackson Storm perfectly in terms of both design and style of the body, all that. I think they line up together pretty well. So yeah, very nice there. He's got sort of expression you would expect from a character like this. Pretty lenient, laid back, as we see Ray to be in the movie. Got a bit of a smirk going on. It's kind of a, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it, but it seems about right. Ray Reverham, of course, voiced by, I believe, a real person from within the world of NASCAR, right? And has a couple of lines in the movie, so it is great that we got him as a diecast, even if, again, we haven't gotten any more Cars 3 pit crew members. I remember before he came out wondering if we would get him with or without the headset, just like several other crew chiefs that appear both with and without. Like John Lasseter, for example, they ended up doing the headset version, which I think is about right. But I would love to see Ray get a non-headset variant at some point in the future. You know, Ray almost had a variant, as he was actually supposed to get a diecast in the Glow Racers line, but it seems that fell through. There are a couple canceled Glow Racers out there, and man, if you know me, you know I love when secondary or obscure characters get variants. Having a second Ray Reverham diecast in the line would have been super cool, especially having, you know, we had so many Glow Racer McQueen pit crew members because that's how they got the Radiator Springs cars in. To have a Glow Racer Jackson Storm crew chief would have just been a really cool concept. Another thing I really like about the shaping is how it incorporates the sort of mustache grill area, of course. kind of comes to a point and then has it here. We've got the igniter logo, liquid adrenaline, of course. We've got his headset, which like all headsets is sculpted, molded to this side, plugged in here, and you can kind of flip it around a little bit, and you can just see the sort of regular pickup truck shaping of Rey that's sort of hidden by the headset. Nothing to say about the headset. It's not like it's super high-tech or anything. It's just the traditional sort of headset design, although the mold of the headset is unique to Rey, of course, fitting on his body and just being shaped to him. We've got the 2.0 on the side with the giant Jackson Storm S. Nothing else going on here on the side, but something that I do like that I don't think I ever realized is that his side actually matches Jackson Storm's color scheme beyond just being the same dark gray as him. As just like Jackson, on the right side of the giant S logo, it is painted all black, which is a super cool detail, and I don't think I realized that when I reviewed Rey before. It's much easier to tell on camera. Off camera, you can't really see that, so it is a nice touch. We, of course, have the truck bed back there and his license plate, which reads S06-12T. Not much to say there, of course. With characters like Rey, the main point is the fact that they are the crew chief. You know, a lot of them are pretty generic, basic molds. Not much to say in terms of that. Actually, there is more to say about him than most other crew chiefs, because he is a unique mold. He is a very specific character, a named character, named in the credits. Easily the most prominent crew chief in the Cars series that isn't, you know, one that's working under McQueen, of course. Rey is a very, very cool character, one that I'm very happy got a diecast before we reached the era we're in right now, where we're not getting many movie releases. It's great that if we're not getting Cars 3 pit crew members for the time being, we at least have easily the two most important ones with Jackson Storm's crew chief and Pity. Finally, of course, there is a look at Rey's base, and you know, I kind of said my outro. I kind of said my outro before I showed the base, so now I don't know how to end this video. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a staring contest. I don't know what happened, but I think Rey won.